Hello YouTube. Today I've got 3 great new tweaks that came out over the past week. I'm going to be going over each of them in depth and showing you what exactly they do. Each of these is available on one of the community sources. The first one is on ModMyi, second one is on BigBoss, and the third one is on BigBoss as well. And I'm going to be just showing you what they do and letting you know how much they cost and stuff. Let's get started. So the first tweak I'm going to show you is called Affix. It's available on BigBoss for 99 cents, and it lives on the lock screen. You might notice that I've disabled Atom, which is a tweak that I've had in previous videos that is a special unlock that you can have for your device, and that's because this does actually conflict with Affix. But basically what Affix does is it allows you to quickly access several apps the same way that you would access the camera quickly down here. So if you know, with a recent iOS update, Apple added the camera, which allows you to drag up from the bottom like that and open up the camera app straight from the lock screen and take pictures. And Affix extends that functionality so that if you grab the camera and then drag over to a different app, you can see down at the bottom there, we have a choice of several apps. We have camera, phone, messages, music, and notes. And we can choose any one of those and swipe up, and it'll have us prompt us to enter our passcode if we have one. And when you do enter it, my super secure passcode, then it'll load for a couple seconds and then bring us to the music app. You can choose all of the apps that go in there from the settings pane. Let me just load that up. And you can see here we have the settings pane for Affix. You can choose My Affix, which allows you to select the various apps that you have for each spot. You see we have notes, music, phone, messages, and camera. So that's basically Affix. It's 99 cents on BigBoss, and it's a fairly cheap tweak as they go, but it's well designed and it definitely looks very good, so I think it's worth the money. Next we have a free tweak called Affix, and what this does is it brings a small feature from the Mac operating system over to iOS. If you've ever used Notification Center on Mac OS, then you might have noticed that down in the bottom right hand corner of Notification Center you have a tiny icon that when you click on it will bring you to the notification settings in System Preferences. This essentially adds that same functionality to the Notification Center in iOS, and you can see that now down in the bottom there we have a tiny little settings icon that when we tap on it, it will take us to the settings notification area. You can now select all of your different apps that are in Notification Center, sort apps by time, you can turn on and off Do Not Disturb, and it basically just gives you quick access to that so that you don't have to necessarily scroll back to the settings app, select notifications, and open that up. The last tweak that I have today for you guys is called Messages Conversation. It's on BigBoss, again, for free, and what it does is actually pretty cool. You can see right here that when you have a conversation open in Messages, what it does is it adds the picture that you have set to their contact right there in the message so that you're having a conversation with their picture as well. You can see I also have Message Swiper, which allows me to swipe between messages, but here's one I'm having with Adrian, and his picture right there is a turtle, and you basically any picture that you set for any of your contacts will show up. If you don't have a contact for a picture, it'll just look like normal. One of the things that has bothered me about this is actually that it doesn't recognize pictures that were synced with Facebook. So when Apple added all the syncing with Facebook features, it didn't actually extend to this. I hope that they fix that in an update because it allows you to have all the people that have pictures on your phone, which is everyone who you're Facebook friends with, and it automatically just would put it in here as the picture of their contact. However, currently this does not do that, but for free, it works very well and it looks very nice. I haven't had any problems or bugs with it so far. So overall, I definitely think it's worth a download and checking out to see if it's something that you enjoy. I personally like having the picture there as a reminder of who you're actually having a conversation with. It helps discourage sending a text to the wrong person or something. But yeah, I really recommend you go check this one out, as with all of the other ones, Affix and Affix. But that concludes the great tweaks of this week. It was sort of a dry week for tweaks, but next week we'll have a bunch more for you guys to check out. So keep checking back next Tuesday for all of the new tweaks that come out on Cydia. That's all we have for now. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe.